Hello and welcome to Kickstarter Talk Live. I am the voice of Written Sins, Rob Anderson, and we're going to go through the Kickstarters now available for you guys to pledge, back, and support. This is week 14 of 2017, which has some great Kickstarter offerings full of monsters, wrestling, and love stories. And of course, there's more. But let's get into it. But before we do that, let's just talk about the fact that Written Sins went blue to support autism throughout the month of April. We're going to be continuing to talk about that all month long. If you actually click right here, you could be part of the people who actually support a autism walk. It's great stuff. You could also still get your hands on some autism patches. But with that said, we're here for Kickstarters, and let's begin talking about them. First, you'll notice that we have this week's Kickstarter of the week is once again showing up. We saw this a few weeks ago. This is Sinestre. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Apologize. But the reason this is back, and we wanted to share this very quickly with you guys, it's back on our screen. Could use a lot of love. Only 12 days to go. On our site right now, you're going to see, and we're going to just reload the video.
Hey. This is a Kickstarter flow, yeah, I'm doing jingles. It's time to get you in the know, so I'm here to mingle.
Now, we don't have the time to go through the whole thing, but it is on our site. You guys can check it out. The very talented creator behind it decided to go out and make a video for it. She's fantastic. I talk to her all the time. You really got to support this project. She's a very creative person, and if you wanted proof of that creation, go here online. We're going to attach this to the video at the end of the day. And listen to what she put together. It's fantastic. This is something that you guys want to be backing. You want to be part of it. This is definitely a Kickstarter to watch. Let's get into what is ending very soon. Monsters and Other Scary Shit, after weeks on our countdown of Kickstarters to back, is finally coming to an end. It's going to be successfully funded no matter what happens from this point on. But as always, the more you guys get behind it, the better it is. The more, stretch goals that are reached, the more that there's a show of support. It all matters. It doesn't matter. Even a dollar counts. So get behind it. Monsters is right now, just for those who've seen this for the first time, it's Monsters and Other Scary Shit, a monster anthology. Do you love monsters? We love monsters so much, we made a 224-page love letter to monsters. Monsters from science fiction, fantasy, horror, and more are included in this anthology. It's at $24,094. I personally call this at $25,000. Everyone get behind it, so I'm not a liar or incorrect. I want to see this Kickstarter get to $25,000. So close. Amazing deal. It's underpriced. I've talked to Russell. I said he should have asked for more. You can get this book, Glowing Eyes, because they hit the goal. You can get all the hardcover for only $40. Get on it. We're going to talk about it more in another video coming up. We will move on to our next, ending soon, The Legend of Everett Forge. Now, Everett Forge, this is like steampunk meets the West. It's very interesting. The art behind it's fantastic. It's already funded. There's no risk here. It's already been created. They're just waiting for the funding to go to the printers. So it's time to get behind this. This is a fantastic thing. I actually backed this, but it's backed on Alyssa's, not on mine, I think, because she liked it too. So I think we got it under hers. We went, I believe, with the PDF file, but there's great offerings. Either way, check it out. Get part of it. You know, once again, even when it's funded, it doesn't mean you don't still back it. Follow the wave. It's going to be close. It's 4 days. Still plenty of time. We've seen other Kickstarters make it. The art in this is stunning. It's definitely something you guys want to back. Take the time. Just look at the art. This is something that you're gonna wind up falling in love with, just with the unique art style of it. And it looks like it's got a solid story. So don't sleep on this. Help get it funded. Remember, share these things on your pages. Share it with people you know. Always suggest this to people. The word of mouth is very important. Don't like things, share them. All right. This is a new comic that we just introduced.
Christopher Carbello, creator and founder of Mana Comics. Ever since I was a young boy, I just loved comics and cartoons and always wished for a team of superheroes that came from Hawaii. Well, thankfully, others believed in my dream as well. And thanks to family, friends, and fans, I was able to release Hawaii's first superhero team, Amakua, Guardian.
So that's a quick preview of Amakua. It's already going to be funded. It's over its thing. It could use more love. 4 days to go. Just definitely interesting. I've never heard of anything besides Magnum PI and Hawaii 5.0 being based in Hawaii. So this is going to be a great thing just as a community thing, being able to see Hawaii enter into the comic book world from someone who's actually from Hawaii. So we're excited to be helping this project. So give it a chance, check it out. And, you know, if anything, just give it a try for the $1 PDF. How can you go wrong for a $1 PDF? That's the dream of a PDF, getting it for $1. So don't sleep on this. I'm going to be backing it soon. We just added it, so I haven't chosen my tier level. Let's move on. The trading cards and sets. Now, this is when we're officially out. These are just going to be the invest in today. They have plenty of time. The trading cards, it's gone up to 200 cards now. I actually had to change my tier to be able to get them all. This is a fantastic project. It's very much like our creators of Written Sins cards. We were going to do something similar, expanding creators of Written Sins, but they're doing such a great job that we're actually talking to them and asking them for advice how to make the creators of Written Sins card come together. And I'd even love to team with them. This success in this card thing will also show that we have a viable option for what we want to do. So let's get them funded, and let's go beyond funding them. Share this with everyone. You're backing 200 creators with this. This is actually something that might have the most amount of creators involved that I've ever seen, and that's just amazing. It's so many creators that I don't think I could actually tag that many. I think that Written Sins would stop me from being able to tag 200 people in something. So, I mean, how could you go wrong with backing this project? You want every one of these cards. If you call yourself an indie comic book fan, you have to get this. It's just that simple. I can't at all make it any clearer to you. These are going to be comic cards that support the indie comic book community and our upcoming nation of creators. So, I mean, if you haven't backed this, you can't call yourself an indie comic book fan. Because I guarantee you there's someone in this 200 card set that you're a huge fan of, and you're going to want that card. So back it today. This is a no-brainer. Okay, we have another Kickstarter, Shogun and Spear. It's a fantasy saga of young girls called to serve their people in a time of war during the age of innocence. It's already funded. Once again, it's one of those projects. Definitely looks interesting. The ability to get a PDF is, I believe, $10. So it's not a lot to ask for $10. For $15, you can get a print, I believe. You also get a thank you in the credits. So give it a look. As always, you know, back as many of these you can, pick your favorites, but, you know, don't let this discourage you. Remember, even giving them $1 makes this number go up, and that's important later if they want to go to publishers or be picked up even by something like, and people don't realize this, by Diamond and, you know, other comic book companies out there that are looking to carry comics like Comixology. So that's important. Don't forget that. So even $1 could help this get into one of those bigger companies that, you know, supply and support comics by distributing them to a bigger mass crowd. So always back something that you think is a good concept. If it's a good concept, spend $1. Set aside $30 a month to just back Kickstarters and, you know, or whatever you want. And give it $1 as often as you think something's a good idea. It doesn't cost a lot. Skip a coffee, make someone's dream come true. And make that dream seem even bigger by having more people supporting it. Moving on. Too Good to Be True. Good friend of mine, Philippe Cagno, just had his birthday. We want to help him by getting this funded. 13 days to go. Fantastic story. Love story about an artist who kind of, I mean, I won't call it obsesses, but definitely has a crush on this model / actress, and he has the opportunity to date her. It's a very interesting concept. This is one of those you have to back projects because it's just very interesting for those who haven't had the opportunity to be a fan of Philippe yet. He had The Few and the Cursed, fantastic Western story, very big, very popular on Kickstarter. This is a new genre of storytelling for him. He's a great storyteller. There's no reason you shouldn't be backing this. Get on it. This is definitely one of those ones that I personally suggest. Speak No Evil is having some trouble getting to the goal line. It's just under $2,000. It has 12 days to go, so there's plenty of time sharing this project and, you know, telling everyone how interesting it seems. This is quickly, just as an overview, Speak No Evil is a fun Lovecraftian tale about two teenage brothers facing off against demons from another dimension. And these two aren't just two regular characters. This is H.P. Lovecraft and Nikola Tesla. So it's definitely an interesting concept. It's definitely worth a look, and it's always worth that dollar. So, you know, take the backers from 84 to 85 and help spread the word by just pressing the share button, which is free. We have brand new to the countdown, Bare Bones, Nice Guys Finished Dead, issue 1. Sounds like my teenage years almost. Needs a lot of love. Just came to Kickstarter. It looks interesting. I haven't really gotten to get fully involved in exactly what it is. So why don't we do that now? It's a brutal, supernatural, and dark revenge story. Does endless abuse take you on a noble path or to exact revenge? Edwin chooses the latter. So apparently Edwin gets it bad. I mean, there is a picture that kind of shows him being bullied and beat up. There's also some pictures of bands, so that's interesting in itself. Obviously here he's getting bullied. I suppose these bullies wind up hurting him and possibly killing him, and he comes back to exact revenge. Let's be honest, bullying is an epidemic that we're facing. So this is definitely a comic that I think some of us would enjoy watching the bullies finally get what they deserve. Because in our modern culture, of course, we have to let bullies be bullies and somehow let them get away with what they're doing. But in comic books, we can see at least an ounce of karma come to be with some of these characters. So this would be an interesting story. Plus, it can hopefully raise some awareness about bullying and the long-term effects it can have, or even short-term effects. So it's an interesting story, you know. I would definitely be supporting it myself once I get off this live video. The SFC, I should say, number 1, fantastic book. I got to read an earlier preview of this book. Very interesting book. I was very impressed by it. It's got a huge amount of characters. I'm a WWE fan. If you like wrestling, this is Wrestling Meets Superpowers. It's a fantastic story that's going to be told on a grand scale. This is WWE meets, you know, mutants. So it can't go wrong. I mean, you're going to be interested in whether you're a wrestling fan or a mutant fan. So if you're into indie comics at all, this is probably going to be right up your alley. This is a no-brainer. Get on it. It's one of those ones that I personally recommend. Here we go. And now, mind you, if you notice back this project on some of these things, if you look up here, this is actually Alyssa's profile I'm on right now. So I guess we backed the other one before on mine. I just realized that we're on hers instead of mine because we share a computer. So the browser that I'm in right now, which is Chrome, must be where she was last logging in to check Kickstarter for Fetish Babies, which is going to the printers this week, finally. We had to wait on the thank you page, which is, you know, my mistake. I should have sent out the surveys. I was doing something reverse. I thought it'd be cute to send the surveys out once we had the printed book in our hand, but not a great idea. So that is going out to the printers, and we're going to try to be sending out the PDFs in the next week or two. Back to our Kickstarter countdown. We have the Grand Machine, number 1. This is an interesting project. Everything you know is a lie. Uncover the truth in the Grand Machine. Okay, so basically, there's a character who's writing pretty much, he writes, let's see, he's a true crime writer. And the perfect follow-up to the bestseller Diary of a Madman. He's looking to tell a story, and he winds up stumbling into a bigger story about the pretty much things that are hidden from us. We just did an interview with the creator. From what I've read of the previews that they have here, it's fantastic. Here's the creator himself. This is brand new to us. Here's the artist on the project. Think of CIA meeting someone who's going rogue from the CIA, who's learned a lot of stuff, and he wants to share it with the public, like a Snowden moment, where someone wants to get information out, and what that causes trying to get the information out. It'd be the best analogy I can get you. But we're going to have to move on because we're running low on time. To Emmanuel, God With Us, the comic book by Scott Zambella, a comprehensive and chronicle adaptation of the four Gospels and Bible within a single storytelling of the life of Christ. Basically, if you're into religion, this is a fantastic idea. It could be a tool that you use for actually helping your kids learn more about religion. Kids love comics. This could be a perfect gateway if you're into religion, or you even like to read about religious things to expand your mind. This is a comic book to back. Warhead. Now, this is actually from the artist from Alter Life, which you knew we were very big helping last week, and we're so happy to say that he did fund issue number 2 on Kickstarter last week. Very happy for him, very proud of him. This is the artist from that. She went out on her own, 10,000 gold, 22 days to go, only $646, but there's plenty of time to make a difference. What is Warhead? Warhead is, we'll do the tagline just because we're running out of time. Warhead is a darkly surreal story about Adam, a graffiti artist in London who has a giant acid green atom bomb for a head. So, very interesting beginning. This is something to check out. There are 22 days. This might wind up being something that we feature as our pick of the week. So check it out now. Start spreading the love. Let's get this funded. I mean, she's the artist behind Alter Life, and we all know how good Alter Life is. So this is definitely something you guys want to be involved in, and at least put a share on it, at least donate $1. Let's start getting some backers behind this. Judges, a supernatural demon-killing action comic series. Judges is a comic book where Ben Miller was drawn by Corey Hampshire. It is the story of 3 modern-day heroes battling. I've gotten a preview of this that I'm actually going to be reading in the next couple days. I quickly went through it. The art is fantastic. It looks like a solid story. I don't want to go too much into it just because we're running out of time. We do have, I believe, sorry about the quick screen up. I know it's annoying to watch. We have 26 days, so we got enough time to talk about it. It's already funded, but you know the rule, just because it's funded doesn't mean we stop supporting it. And I think that's, as we close today, I just want to talk about that. Just because something gets funded, it doesn't mean that we want to suddenly not support it. It doesn't mean it doesn't need support. You know, the more something winds up getting, the better it is for that. So like it's not even just about the money about it, it's about the amount of people, like I touched on earlier. If you like the idea, support it. Don't worry about anything else. Because you also have to remember, I know some people are like, oh, I can get it later. Maybe I can get it cheaper. Maybe I can get it at a Comic-Con. But let me tell you the truth. Sometimes you won't be able to get it later at a Comic-Con because sometimes the printings are different later. Sometimes someone actually winds up going to a publisher and certain things are redone. Also, these books wind up becoming collector's items when that happens. So when you're looking at Kickstarter, you have to start thinking to yourself, this might be my only chance ever to get something like this. And with that mentality, I want you to, go out and support something that you think is fantastic. Check out the Follow the Wave. Only has a few days left. Chris, we actually were just talking about it earlier. I was going on and on. Chris just joined us in the chat room on Facebook. For you YouTubers watching who aren't aware, we're live on Facebook as well right now. And we're going to quickly just throw that up on the screen because Chris mentioned it. If you guys want a cheap plug, you have to show up and say something. Here's Follow the Wave. This is what we were talking about earlier, about the fantastic art. I mean, wow, look at that kind of art. I mean, something like this, and it's a digital Italian version. Just that sounds fancy. And it's not even in English, so I can't read it to you. I'm not going to mess it up, but it looks great. It's all about support, guys. And Kickstarter is a way not only to support a creator, but it's about getting content you can't get elsewhere. I know a lot of people think, oh, I can get this later, and I can maybe get this at another time. But Kickstarter offers things that you're not really potentially going to be able to ever get again, and at least not at the package deals that you're getting them at. So if you're a comic book fan and a collector, Kickstarter is the way to go to get things that you normally can't get anywhere else. Now, with that said, we're drawn to the end of our video. I want to thank everyone who showed up and viewed this. I want to thank everyone who supports indie comics. You guys are fantastic. We always appreciate the support and the views. I know this has become a somewhat popular weekly show. If you have a Kickstarter and you want us to help you get the word out, we're more than happy to do that. Just reach out to us on any social media platform that we're on. You can directly comment on the site, on the actual links that will go below these videos for later viewings, or just go to go to creators at, send us an email rather, at creatorsofwrittensins@yahoo.com. That's our email. You can send it directly to us. And on our way out today, I just wanted to mention that, like we do on most of these videos, I wanted to mention just supporting VetCon. For those who don't know, Josh Gilliam and Heather Gilliam are going out of their way to really support veterans as they come back. And they are always looking to team up with creators and be able to do, great things with the creators. Here's Josh Gilliam right now. And this is something that is really important. You can find them at Veteran's Wife on Facebook. It's something to be part of. As you guys can see, I have mounting messages to get to. I'm sure everyone's got to get back to their day. Thank you so much for tuning in. All these things can be found on Written Sins. And remember, if you need to find anything on Written Sins, we've gone out of our way to improve the user experience. All the things you saw today will be under Kickstarter and Kickstarter Talk. That's it, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week.